There is a question hidden beneath almost every goal, a question most people never think to ask. Not because it is difficult, because it is dangerous. Dangerous questions have a habit of exposing things, and this question exposes one of the deepest assumptions in modern life. What would you climb if there were no summit? Imagine a mountain unlike any that has ever existed. A mountain with no highest point. No finish line, no final reward. No moment where you can finally say, I've arrived. The mountain simply continues, upward, forever. Would you still climb? Most people are taught to chase destinations. Pass the exam, get the promotion, buy the house, reach the goal, cross the finish line. Everything points towards the horizon. Everything points towards some future version of ourselves. A version that is supposedly happier, more successful, more fulfilled. And because everyone around us is running towards something, we rarely stop to ask a simple question. What happens when we get there? Think about your biggest achievement, something you worked towards for months, perhaps years. Remember how important it felt, how much meaning you attached to it, how certain you were that reaching it would change everything. Then think about what happened afterwards. The excitement faded, the achievement became normal, and before long, another summit appeared on the horizon. Another destination, another promise, another reason to postpone contentment until later. This pattern is so common that most people never question it. They simply keep climbing, summit after summit, goal after goal, always arriving, never arriving. Imagine learning a craft, a musical instrument, woodworking, writing, climbing. You discover something strange. There is no finish line, no final level, no moment of complete mastery. The deeper you go, the more there is to learn. Would you continue? Many people would, and that answer matters because it reveals something important. Some pursuits are valuable because they end. Others are valuable because they don't. The mountain teaches this lesson better than almost anything else. From a distance, the summit appears to be the goal. It dominates the landscape. It captures the imagination. It gives shape to the journey. But speak to enough climbers and you'll notice something interesting. Their most vivid memories are rarely the summit itself. They remember the storm, the sunrise, the uncertainty, the fear, the friendship, the long walk in, the long walk out, the transformation. The summit is a moment, the climb is the experience. There is an old saying in mountaineering, the summit is only halfway, because reaching the top changes nothing about the fundamental reality. You still have to come back down. The mountain does not care that you arrived. Life does not pause to congratulate you. The journey continues, and perhaps that is why so many people feel strangely empty after reaching major goals. They spent years preparing for a moment when what they actually needed was a way of living. Consider the difference. A person who loves writing, a person who wants to have written a book, a person who loves climbing, a person who wants to have climbed a mountain, a person who loves learning, a person who wants to appear knowledgeable. At first glance, they seem similar, but they are not. One is in love with the process, the other is in love with the outcome. And outcomes are fragile things. Imagine a climber standing beneath an endless mountain. No summit, no recognition, no record, no reward. Only the climb itself. Would they still go? If the answer is yes, something profound has happened. The climb has become enough. The process has become meaningful. The activity no longer depends on a destination. This applies far beyond mountains. A marriage is not a wedding day. A career is not a promotion. A life is not a single achievement. These things are processes, living systems, ongoing journeys, and when we reduce them to outcomes, we miss the very thing that made them worthwhile. Most people spend their lives asking, what summit should I chase? Perhaps the more important question is, what climb is worth dedicating my life to? Because eventually, the trophies gather dust. The records are broken, the applause fades, the outcomes disappear. But the person you become through the process remains. The irony is that people who fall in love with the process often achieve remarkable things. Not because they obsess over results, because they keep showing up again and again and again, long after everyone else has become distracted by the next shiny summit. This is what mountains reveal, not because they provide answers, because they remove illusions. They remind us that the next step matters, the next breath matters, the next decision matters, and if you make enough good decisions, the summit eventually takes care of itself. So, imagine a mountain with no summit, no finish line, no final reward, only the climb. Would you still go? If the answer is yes, then perhaps you have discovered something important. Because the pursuits most worth dedicating your life to are rarely the ones with the most impressive summit. They are the ones whose climb is worth living. If this video resonated with you, you can support the work by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care out there in the daring unknown.